we have an ego, or a conscious mind and an unconscious mind. And our ego has been with us since childhood, and it's there to help us not get hurt. You've had your hand too close to a fire and you've burned yourself before. Your conscious mind or your ego is not going to let you burn yourself again. Unfortunately, what happens is as we get older and we are moving into a new position or taking on a new challenge, we still look at things through those filters that we've built. And oftentimes I'll work with someone and they'll say, I'm good with the interview, I'm gonna be myself. And I always encourage everyone to be their authentic self, but you still need to prepare. And we are in an economic time right now where people are saying to me, I have the right experience. I got along with the hiring manager. There was absolute chemistry. I'm not sure why I didn't get the opportunity. And I said, okay, well, give me some of the questions that you were asked. And so I then turn and ask the question, and as I'm hearing them, they're coming across as they know more or they know better than the person who's asking them what's going on. Or oftentimes you have, whether it's a CTO or a CMO, and they're interviewing with the CEO, they're talking in their lingo. And so what they don't realize is they've lost the person who's listening to them. They're trying to actively listen, but they've really lost their attention span. So I try and work with these people, not just on self-awareness, but on identifying humility. So, for example, with a CMO, oftentimes they'll talk about at top of a funnel, they'll talk about go-to-market strategies, they'll talk about disruptive opportunities. They'll start to go into all the lingo, and at the end of the day, the CEO who's interviewing them is asking, how are you going to help me build my revenue? They don't understand that. If you're going to go to a CMO networking event, use all that lingo. That makes you look like a peer, a contemporary, that's great. But again, if people consume at a third grade level, even if it's a CEO, how are you taking what you know and either asking them, what is it you exactly need me to address and talk to you about? Of course, in an educated and a sophisticated way. I am way dumbing this down. But to really be able to hear what their needs are and to answer the question that they're asking and do it succinctly. And don't be afraid to say, did I answer your question? Are you tracking with me? Any of the buzzwords that are out there today. If you want to sound like you're on the cutting edge, that's great. But the end game is, are you engaging your audience? Are you giving them what they need? Are you being clear? And it takes a sense of humility to understand that you have to be the one to do that. It's not the other person.